Evening, Silv, end of day one. God, I nearly got that wrong. If I'm going to get day one wrong, we really are in trouble here. But we are end of day one, a long way to go.
Yes.
How was it? I mean, not often you go to Royal Ascot with no one there. You would have had to be 220 years old to remember the last time it happened, I think. So just tell us how it felt to be there today.
And well, felt normal and felt different as well, because it's a place like you see thousands of people and today was just the racing people, but we got the show running and that's the important things, and we see all the good horses running as well, so it's was different, but we enjoy at the same time.
Yeah, so just a word on some of them. Obviously Queen Power ran well. She was a brave third.
Yeah, she ran a good third, and obviously I think the ground could be against to her today because it went up in the slow side and good.
Yeah, so it definitely rode the slow side of good then, and the rain was falling at the end of the day as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a bit of rain falling, and didn't help. But she's a filly; she'd appreciate top the ground, And obviously, I have other disappointing rides and like pop-up race, and we all scratch our head. Something went wrong because he showed he could be better than that.
Yeah, I mean he travelled into the straight and then dropped out quite tamely, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and he was very coatish early on, and he was a playboy early on, and he hasn't run for 110 days, so that could be the reason. But he had few race course caliber. He just didn't prove himself today,
Yeah, and what about Fox Chairman?
Fox Chairman, he need the race. We knew he coming to this race, he would improve, and went up to 3-4 on pole. He just went for his girth, and he had a good blowout. He will be a better horse in the future.
Where do you think you go next with Fox Chairman, Silv?
I don't know yet, but definitely going up in trip with him, and and I think Andrew have to decide at Alliston and see where to go next time.
Right, before we move on to tomorrow's race, go on, Bill. I'll give you your moment. Mustaqiel, 14-1 winner to start the Royal Ascot meeting.
Cheers, you was good out there.
I think you're 300 miles from me here, Bill, and I could hear you cheer at home from here.
No, it was lucky. I got lucky in the first race. Even a blind squirrel and all that finds occasional nut.
No, that was good. It's a quality race today. It's, all the top horses running today, so it's hard. It's hard to pick a win. We look at the form, but it's different to go there and pick it.
Yeah, it's a hard place to find a winner, isn't it, Silv?
I think we'll give Batash his moment as well. Boy, was he good, eh? That's the Batash that we know.
Yeah, that he was brilliant today, and he looked a picture, and he's just a different class against the others. He's just a proper horse, and his day when he gets the day and when he's in the mood, and he just put the rest to shame.
Yeah. Well, let's move on. Let's get cracking into tomorrow's action. The 1:15 kicks off with the Silver Hunt Cup mile handicap. You've not got a ride. There's a bit of money around this evening. Plenty of money for May Darney, Jim Crowley, flying form today. Backed everything that won, apart from the only thing I backed, Mahatha. Jim, if you're watching, that was a stinker of a ride. But yeah, there's been money around for May Darney. Uzo for the Hannon team's been well backed. Brian Epstein. Look, it's one of those races where there's going to be money all over the show. Bill, what do you think about the draw?
I think
have you got a strong opinion? Do you want to be drawn high again?
I mean, Silv's the man to ask for that. I mean, it looked like you want to be drawn high in the first race, but my view would just be where the pace is. But Silv, your thoughts on that?
And I think it's better when you're on the pace. I think if you're around the pace, it's a massive advantage because you can judge the race better. And today, and all the winners come from the pace. I don't think the draw matters too much.
Yeah.
Have you played in the Silver Hunt Cup?
No, I mean the Silver Hunt Cup, it looks wide open, like you said. I mean, there's a horse that Silv knows well. Alternative Fact he rode the other day that Frankie rides, who could go well. It's wide open. I tipped two horses really. I tipped Ambassadorial, Jane Chapel Hyam's horse. I thought he'd run well. I think he ran well at Newmarket last time. I think he's a good horse. I've also tipped the complete rank outsider of the field, So Beloved at 50-1. I know he's getting on a bit, but he was last off the bridle in the Hunt Cup last year, and he was middle of the pack in the Queen Anne the year before. He's just a very good horse on his day, and I think it's an insult to have him the rank outsider. Whether he's good enough to finish in the 3 or 4, I don't know, but a lot of firms are offering 5, 6 places. I think So Beloved can run well at 50 to 1.
In true lockdown fashion, Bill, I'm going to let you take the Hampton Court while I get the laptop charger. This would be a disaster if we had to restart. Take over. The Queen's got the favourite. First receiver, Dettori be there. The Queen isn't there. Look, it's always lovely for her to have a win at the Royal Meeting. Do you want to be on her, Bill? 9-4, plenty short enough?
No, I mean, the first receiver's won a maiden. So no one's trained more winners at the meeting than Sir Michael Stout. 9-4, 2-1 in a place for about a horse that won a maiden by 7 lengths. I mean, you have to respect Sir Michael Stout, but Russian Emperor, Aidan O'Brien's runner, 7-2, best price, second in the Derrensdown last time. Got a pacemaker to make sure it's a strong test. Juan Elcano, the horse that brings the Guineas form to the table. I'm going to go left field. I think the 2 horses that carry penalties are interesting. I think Berlin Tango. He carries a penalty.
Plenty of money around for that this evening already, Bill. Money around this evening, 6-4 already this evening. Berlin Tango.
Yeah, I think it's because he beat the horse that won the King Edward today last time on the all weather. That's why the money's come for him. But he's got a penalty. But one I like, funny enough, I like Kenzai Warrior, Roger Teal's horse. He's got the penalty, which is a disadvantage, but he's around 14 to 1. I just think it's a big price. He fell out the gates in the Guineas. He's better than he showed. He'll handle cut if we get another shower overnight. I just thought at 14s he might be able to upset the big guns.
Silv, if you could ride one in the Hampton Court.
An alternative factor, at Dunlop.
No, that's the first race. Yeah,
sorry. We move on to the
next one. This is the first.
Sorry. Yeah.
We'll let you off. This is clearly not a professional gig the way I've started.
Definitely not. Yeah, no, it's just a bit sleeping here. And I'll go for the Queen, and Frankie, probably he's, is the class horse in the field, and I wouldn't tip him out the box.
Yeah, he won very impressive. He won by 7 lengths on his reappearance.
No,
they don't tend to throw him in the deep end if they don't know they're good.
No, and so Mike Stout, and he come to Royal Ascot, and special for the Queen. I think he has his squeeze, and this horse will come in the top form.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need to pick one in the King George because you're on one. You ride Group 1 power. It's a 20 to 1 chance for Mr. Balding. We keep saying he's in such good form. It's a step up in trip, a step up in class. Ran okay at Yarmouth last time. Nice lightweight, Sil. What is it? Salad and water for dinner?
Well, we probably just a bit of drink water, to be honest. And he was a horse. He disappointed last time, and I thought he would run better than what he did. But he had a good blow, and I think he's gonna improve from the race. And we are in the deep end in here, But with a low weight and in advantage, I give him an each-way chance.
William?
Yeah, another wide open race, typical kind of Ascot handicap. This is a race that Mark Johnson normally wins.
Don't beat me to it.
The favourite, Kipps, Huey Morrison's horse, was the horse that Silv came and mugged on the line the last time at Haydock on one of Mick Shannon's. I think it's plenty short enough, around 4 to 1, 7 to 2. I would go for, I think Bright Melody is probably the one to beat here, the Godolphin horse. He was third in the race. We were talking behind Berlin Tango and those guys, so that's really solid form. I think Bright Melody would run really, really well. And then just one at a much bigger price to look at is Hookham, number 7. Came from the clouds. That man Jim Crowley's on him, but came from the clouds at Kempton. I've never seen a horse come from further back. Owen Burrows' horse, around 14 to 1. I think he could just outrun his price.
I thought I will mention King's Caper, as I should say. Mark Johnson's horses ran well today. Silv, yours showed up well in the last. The Fanning horse that you put up nearly got the job done as well in the last. And I thought Frankie was an interesting jockey booking at about 14 to 1. Right, the Prince of Wales, you ride Bangkok. Things haven't quite gone his way over the last year. He's slightly disappointing at Lingfield, but that second behind Japan last year is a brilliant bit of form. And Japan's an odds-on chance. You're a 40 to 1 chance. Is he a bit disrespected at 40 to 1, Bangkok?
And I thought you'd be a shorty prize on this, But, it's a hot race. You get horse from William Haggis coming in the top form, winning abroad in Australia. And you got Japan as well. But, I think I might give a runner for the money, And I think it's a big shot. And, I hope he can run better than what he did at Linfield, and he could just prove he's a better horse than that, you know.
Bill, you taking the Jolly on?
You've got to take him on, really. I mean, he's the best horse in the race. You know, we haven't seen him since he was 4th in the Arc, but you know, he showed in the Juddmonte that this trip's probably more to his liking. Very, very good horse. Aidan showed he could bring him straight back like he did with Circus Maximus. He's the one to beat. For me, it just depends on what the weather does, really. If the rain comes, every drop's going to help a Dave, who was so good at this meeting 12 months ago. I think
6 into 5. 6 into 5 already this evening, a day, Bill.
Yeah, well, I think people are just, you know, he's the only one really that if the rain comes would play to his strengths. And another horse I think will go well is Lord North. We haven't got to the bottom of him yet, and with the Gosden team in such good form, you know, any kind of double figure price about him, I think is interesting. So I'd probably take the pair, a Dave and Lord North, against the favourite.
Well, anything but the favourite, I think, will do us a turn there. The 335, the Hunt Cup, Silv, you ride Fox Power. He was 16's opening show. He's into 12s already. That's shortening further. He ran well at Goodwood. He's been gelded. Dropped back in trip.
Fox Premier.
What did I say?
Premier. Yeah, Fox Power.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
Fox Premier. Yeah, we got
we
got few out there, so you forgive it.
Yeah. Bill, we're waiting for you to make a mistake. If you could hurry up, please.
That's all right. I'll leave it to you.
But yeah, he's been backed already this evening, still, Fox Premier, and rightly so.
Yeah, well, it's a big race, like, you know, and a lot of runners there, but he's been back. Is a good team, like, you know, but I think the favorite is a hot team out there, you know, for Godolphin and Frank de Tarr and John Gosden, you know, I think, and we all have to beat him, you know. He looks like a good horse.
Bill, Trappy again.
I think part of the reason there's money for Silv's horse is he's drawn right against that stand-side rail, so if there is any advantage, he's probably in the right spot just against the stand-side rail. I like Andrew Balding's other horse, Bell Rock. I thought won really well at Newmarket, and the gelding operation obviously helped him in the winter. He looks like a different horse now. He's a 4-year-old. And I was also impressed with the Haggis horse, Montafam, who won in a good time on Guinea's Day as well. Put 3 lengths between himself and Ambassadorial as they went down into the dip. If Ambassadorial runs well in the silver version, Montafam will run very well in this version.
Good. I've now seen my notes here. I've written Fox Premier twice when he's Fox Power, so I've not got it wrong. I've actually got it twice, and I've got it twice wrong here. But look, who cares what it's called? If it wins, Silver, we'll be absolutely delighted. So try and get the job done for us there. Right, yes, let's move on. The 410, you ride 10th Century. Look, he's got a lot to do, isn't he? A 40-1 chance for Michael Bell. They're all over this Ballydoyle Raider already. This cheap little horse open up 7-2. I could see this going off very short indeed. Bill, they've always got one in this 2-year-old race that they bang into. How good do you think this boy is?
Yeah, well, the thing is that Sil will tell you we don't know much about the 2-year-olds because they've only been around for a couple of weeks really on racecourses. So.
Well, they've only been around 2 years, Bill, so.
Yeah, very good. We don't know much about them. I think Chief Little Hawk was impressive, Quicken from the front, but had the run of the race and Quicken when they came to him. Whether this is a completely different test in a very short period of time. You've got the American Raiders, Sunshine City and Sheriff Bianco. I'd imagine they wouldn't necessarily want the rain for those guys, whether it blunts their speed. I would probably be interested in 2 here. I'd be interested in Tactical, Andrew Balding's Royal Runner. Gap shut at the wrong time in the race at Newmarket. I think he's probably better than he showed that day. And the other one, I was very impressed with Archie Watson's 2-year-old Mighty Gurkha. I would take those 2 if you can get 7 and 8 about those 2. I'd rather take on the Hot Pots.
Yeah, no, I mean, those 2-year-old races, it's got to help hugely, hasn't it, having no crowd there and it's all the hubbubaloo and everything like that. How much of a difference does it make, Silv, for these 2-year-olds not having 60,000, 70,000 screaming people there in front of them?
Well, it's makes much easier for the jockeys going down, you know, quiet and, you know, and all silence, you know, all the horses don't even sweat, most of them, you know, because they think they're just there for a racecourse gallop. But you know, it's an advantage, but it's sad at the same time to have no crowd, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm been thrown in here now with the dip hand with this horse for Michael Bell and for Michael Bell, and you know, he's tough, you know.
Do you know something we don't? You've just given him a night.
Yeah,
do you know something we don't?
I was going to say, we all made a few mistakes here, but Michael Bell will be pleased with that one, won't he?
He'll be pleased. he'll be pleased when he gets the sword for sure, you know.
Yeah. I think if he wins this race with 10th Century, he deserves a knighthood. I tell you.
Yeah.
I think only if he wins probably, but no, yeah, it's a tough race, and but I'll go. Archie Watts is in good form, and so I love to see he win this race as well, like as much as I like to win, So
Yeah.
and for Holiday.
Let's skip on to the last then. You ride Shailene for Andrew Balding. There's been a lot of money around for one in the last already this evening. Ranch Hand for Andrew Balding, 6 into 4. Could see that going off short as 3-7 to 2 tomorrow. Can you tell us about both of them, Sil? What do you know about either of them?
Well, Shailene, and she has won a listed race abroad, and she ran well at last time at Haydock, and we thought she would improve from the run. So that's, and I think we got a brilliant draw, and she got a bit of speed. She could just travel the speed map, but it's a competitive race,
Yeah.
Bill, have you played?
Yeah, well, Ranch Hand. I think Ranch Hand for Andrew, the other Andrew Balding runner, didn't quite get home, I don't think, in the Cesarewitch last year. So this dropped back to mile and 6. It was a horse on the upgrade. Seems pretty versatile with ground. I think he is a massive player, but he's been well found in the market now. The 7s and 6s is gone, and you're kind of scrabbling around for 9 to 2, 4 to 1. But I think he is the most likely winner.
Sil, in conclusion, what are you looking forward to most tomorrow? And if you could ride one tomorrow out of everything that's going there, then?
I think he's looking forward to dinner the most now, aren't you, Sil?
Yeah. With Sir Michael Bell.
Well, and I think Bangkok, it's more field, and he ran well last year, and so I hope he just can produce the same form, and can be right in the shake-off.
Yeah, I must admit I've backed the Dave in that race. I think that'd be 9 on my bet of the day tomorrow. Bill, you had a great day today. Well done. Carry on that good form. Give us a couple.
I would go with So Beloved at 50 to 1. I think is a hugely valued bet in the first race, and I like Ranch Hand in the last. Right,
gents, that's that. Thanks very much, Silv. Get home safe. We look forward to seeing you the same time tomorrow. Good luck with all your rides.
Okay, thank you. Cheers.
Good luck, Silv.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
Bill.
you, Bill.
See you soon.
Bye bye.